I got lost and I didn't end up painting anything, but it was a nice walk. As I head home, I get this distinct feeling of being followed. I didn't really know that was a thing that actually happens, but it's hard not to notice when you see some movement out of the corner of your eye. Look at its eyes.
Oh.
I turn around. A sleek black cat stands in the middle of the road. It sits down when we make eye contact and thumps its tail testily against the pavement. I wonder if this is why there's that comment about you might have met Hayes, or maybe you haven't. Or like maybe you have without knowing it.
Maybe he's secretly the Siamese cat.
Oh, the cat that seemed all nervous and stuff. Yeah.
Like very.
It's got different colored eyes. I guess heterochromia really is pretty common in cats, huh? Should I, try to bring it to the cafe? They take care of strays there, after all. I should try. I crouch down as slowly as I can and reach my hand toward the cat, beckoning to it. It doesn't move. I make those little smoochy noises that seem to work on some cats. And I'm falling in love with people.
All of us are just like...
This one doesn't seem terribly impressed. It pins its ears back and it looks away, still for a moment before standing up and slinking into an alley. I guess I should just leave this to the professionals. It's time to celebrate. I'm gonna wreck this pizza I grabbed from Pizza Lloyd's on the way home. I'm not gonna eat it, just wreck it. I picked up a can of wet cat food for Mochi from the corner store too.
Just like
the dumb corner store.
A single can.
Oh.
Maybe he normally eats dry food and...
That's just like a special treat.
I think that's the implication. I figure we both deserve a celebration.
Come with me, Mochi.
Celebrate cat food, come on. Mochi, get your fat lump out here. I have good news. No answer or indication he's even in the same room.
Did he lock himself somewhere again?
You know, he never even asked how my day was. I know how to do this. I walk over to his food bowl and crack the lid of the wet food. In a flash, he's at my feet, tail shaking like a rotor behind him. Come here, you big moron. I give him a little scratch behind the ears before I dump half the can into his bowl, and the feeding frenzy begins. He acts like I never feed him.
That's because you never do. So hungry, Avery.
I've just been eating like leftover pizza cheese this whole time.
And dirty socks.
So that's where they go.
Whatever, I'm about to go do the same to this pizza. After a quick jaunt to free myself from the shackles of non-pajama clothing, I flop back down on the couch, dinner in hand, laptop in my face. Oh. It looks like there's a new Jelly Donut video. It's a video of her sleeping in a donut box. I'd love that dumb internet cat. She's always doing something ridiculous. I wonder how her owner gets her to do those tricks. That flooring seems familiar. Where are these filmed? I spend the rest of the evening picking through the video archives. I could feel myself sinking into the bread dough couch cushions.
Oh no, is Jelly Cat secretly one of the cats in the cat cafe?
Meow.
Aw.
Oh.
It's so early. What's his problem?
Meow.
I bet he just wants the other half of that dumb wet food. This is why I don't get food for him that often.
He
Oh,
just
really,
wants
man.
more.
I excavate myself in the couch and do what I can to mitigate the bedhead situation I have going on. What time is it anyway?
Like 7:50.
PM.
Oh.
I grab my phone to check.
I was
Oh, you were
close.
really close.
Wow.
7:40? Oh, hell. I'm gonna be late for my first day of work.
Good going.
I take the world's fastest shower in 2 milliseconds, but there's no time to dry my hair.
There wasn't much time to get it wet in the first place.
I'll have to hope I run fast enough that the wind resistance will do the job for me.
Oh, Avery. Whoa.
Nice.
And then your hair, just with no brushing.
Good thinking.
No time to sort through my duffel. I'm just gonna have to throw on whatever looks cleanest. It's not like Graves said anything about a dress code, so whatever.
It's like an exploding ant. It's like a bomb.
It's an with attitude.
Whoa.
Mochi trails me closely, howling more and more insistently along the way. It's like he doesn't care about my punctuality at all.
He's hungry.
No time to mix the wet food the way he likes it. I dump a scoop of kibble into the bowl on my way out the door. I haven't seen a cat so offended since the one that watched me mess up coffee. They can both deal with it. I can't believe I'm almost late to my first day of work. My first job, even. What a great first impression to leave. Thanks for hiring me, Avery the Flake. I start out in a full sprint to the cafe, but it's only about a 10-minute walk, so it looks like it might not be as bad as I thought. If I run, I can make it in less time.
And then you trip and like skid across the asphalt and bloody your knees and everything.
Oh.
But I skid
Then a bunch
really
of pigeons fly
fast.
over you and poop on you.
But I get there in time. I'm just very messy.
It's like 8:01.
Here it is, a cat's paw. I got a good look at it when I was here yesterday, but it feels totally different when it's your workplace, you know? It's kind of nice to think about.
Hey, Avery.
Landry peeks his head out from the doorframe and waves me in. Oh, Landry. I'm surprised by how many people are standing around. Graves, Landry, and Hayes are there, but so are a few others I've never seen. Geez, could it be the people they said would be there?
Whoa.
I only see a few cats right now, but they seem utterly disinterested in everything we're doing. They're all piled in a sleep cluster by the window.
Although it's kind of like, you know, if you have certain shifts, getting everyone who works there together at once for an impromptu staff meeting, because, you know, you didn't know that someone new was going to be working here until, like, how late yesterday?
Yeah, I'd be pretty peeved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel a little embarrassed that I'm so disheveled, but I'd rather be on time with wet hair than late and looking perfect. As maybe I look better with wet hair.
You're like dripping. It's like your like hoodie is like drenched.
That cat is still doing the Mufasa scene.
Oh, yeah.
I've been hanging here for 8 years.
Good. You decided to challenge the morning sun after all. Now that the star is here, we can start the show.
Still as weird as yesterday, I see.
Okay, so if we're going back around in the order of before, Anna would be this guy.
Sure. Caught another sucker, boss?
That's esteemed coworker to you, Reese.
Just keep collecting these strays. Before we get too far, everybody should introduce themselves to Avery. Avery, we've already met, and you already know Graves. Did you meet Hayes yesterday?
Briefly, just enough time to fall in love. Hello, Hayes.
Doesn't take too long. Hello.
It looks like he's going to try to slip between the cracks in the tile. How does a guy like this handle a job that deals with people?
Hey, maybe
He's a chef. He
yeah.
never sees people.
If he works in the back, then...
Oh.
Hayes is a great barista. He's a great help in the kitchen, but he likes to spend a lot of his time with the cats, too.
Hayes flashes me a quick look. The side of his mouth upturns ever so slightly, like he's trying to smile, but he's out of practice. Aww. Oh. I reach out to shake his hand. He's practically bracing for impact. Before I reach him, a bright light flashes at the corner of my vision. Is that a camera?
It's Laura.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, sweetie. I thought I turned the flash off.
I whip my head to the other side of the lineup. The girl in the end is aiming her phone directly at me.
Sorry, don't mind me. I just want to commemorate our new employee. I'm Finley, and I take care of social media.
Oh yeah? Where are your fins?
They're hidden. I like candid, so I'll try again later when you've forgotten about it.
Oh, gosh.
Finley is also... Graves! I know what you're going to say. Don't ruin the surprise.
A mermaid. We do it. She does have fins.
Graves lets out a soft bark of a laugh.
Alright. You tell Avery whenever you're ready. Thank you.
I could see her having really good mermaid hair. You know, just swimming along and then water. Okay, the two in the middle of the lineup look beyond unimpressed. One is the smart mouth guy, Reese, who I'm also in love with, by the way. And the other looks like someone I wouldn't want to mess with. Finley puts her hand on the shoulder of the tough-looking woman standing next to her.
Since she's not going to introduce herself, this is Mason. She's our head chef. Our only chef, I guess.
Well, nice to meet you both.
Yeah.
Finley reaches up and places her hand against the back of Mason's head. She pushes her hand forward, forcing Mason to nod. I'm amazed Mason is putting up with this.
Wow, that's the most you've spoken all day. She likes you already, Avery.
Mason makes a quick little noise that could either be a laugh or a grunt. Maybe it was both?
How kind of you all to save the best for last. I'm Reese, and I'm the one you'll be answering to after Graves, so you better stay on my good side.
I would have sworn Landry was second in command here, so I don't know what this kid is talking about. I didn't even see him at all during the interview yesterday.
I'm on cat detail today, but don't think that means I won't be keeping an eye on you.
cat detail must mean taking care of the cats. Obviously. I'm learning quickly.
Good for you, Avery.
See, I'm not dumb at all. I don't know why the second in command would be so eager about telling me he's going to clean litter boxes today. Maybe it's a weird status thing here. Maybe I should volunteer for it. I don't need status. I'll be on my best behavior then, I guess.
Good. Okay, that should be everybody then. Avery, you'll be training with me today. I hope that's okay.
That's fine with me.
It looks like I'm no longer needed. I have other work to do. You know where to find me.
And then he just disappears.
Forever.
Whoa.
Graves slinks to the back of the cafe. I think I can hear footsteps on creaky stairs. Mason and Hayes disappear after him.
Avery, did you have breakfast? We're going to have something to eat before work. If you want to join us. It's tradition.
That sounds great. As long as I won't have any coffee.
It's all coffee. It's all coffee themed. We have breakfast tiramisu. And just like a whole buffet of coffee.
Coffee ice cream.
Avery's just like, oh god.
Coffee cake.
Yeah.
Coffee flavored coffee.
We have breakfast cereal, but instead of milk, we use coffee.
Coffee beans.
Just like straight up beans. Like not even chocolate covered espresso beans or anything, just like coffee beans.
Yes.
But Ron eats those in grocery stores.
Oh, like
he'll
to
take
try them?
Yeah, and just eat them.
I guess I can get that, but just like just sitting down with a bowl of coffee.
Oh,
Then you don't even need a coffee grinder. You can just use your teeth.
Yay!
Yeah. That sounds great. I fed my cat, but I forgot to feed myself. Reese has already seated himself at the long booth seating along the wall. He scoots two of the tables together and Landry pulls over another chair.
Great, just sit and relax. This is just finishing up breakfast.
I move to take a seat, but Finley blocks my path.
Avery, before you sit down, I have a question for you.
Sure, what's up?
Okay, is that...
Her voice drops almost conspiratorially. She leans in to whisper.
That's Nakia's shirt, isn't it? He's my favorite too.
What? Oh, it's the at shirt.
Akia? From Blast Zone?
From what?
Look, you don't have to play dumb.
No, I really
I'm
am.
not. I really
I get it.
No, I really have no idea what that is. Is that like a show? Is this shirt from something?
Oh, no. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
yeah, me too.
You've got my interest. Now you've got my interest. What is Blast Zone?
I don't know if it would be your type of game after all.
Oh, it's a game. I like dumb games. Try me.
Well, it's a story about men's passions clashing in a life or death struggle.
I like the men's passions part. Sounds dangerous.
Oh, it is.
Oh no.
But it's also romantic.
Look at her little star eyes.
Romantic? Like love blooming on the battlefield. That kind of thing?
Yeah, I think you do get it.
I want
Maybe.
it.
Maybe I'll lend it to you sometime. If you prove yourself worthy.
I'm not really sure what that involves, but sure.
Okay.
She gives me a grin and a wink, then takes a seat at the table next to Reese. I noticed that somebody set the table while I was talking to Finley.
Mason and Hayes should be out in a minute, Avery. Come sit down.
Sure.
Oh man, will this choice determine who we fall in love with?
For our entire life. Where should I sit, though? What if there are some unspoken rules about this sort of thing and placing? You never know with new groups.
Oh, or maybe it isn't a choice at all.
Okay. It did seem a little.
Into this.
It did seem a little bit early to decide. Landry answers the conundrum for me by beckoning to the seat between him and Finley. Quietly, I take the seat. Mason emerges from the back with a large tray balanced atop each hand. One tray has a giant stack of French toast. The other is some kind of egg thing. I'm not sure, but it looks amazing.
Making me hungry.
Whoa.
This game will
I
probably
love
do that a
breakfast
lot.
food.
What was that?
I said I love breakfast food.
Oh.
My favorite food.
It's like, I feel like this game taking place in a cafe, it's going to happen to us a lot. Like,
Yep.
we're just going to get descriptions of food.
I had no idea how hungry I was until just now.
Same.
Me too. Oh. I just ate before we started too.
Oh.
Same. She sets the trays down in front of us and then returns to the kitchen. I hope she gets back soon because I'm about to be on that egg thing like mochi on wet food.
That's not a really great picture, Avery. Thanks.
No.
Mason returns a few moments later, cradling 6 empty coffee cups in her arms. Hayes follows in tow, carefully balancing a carafe full of coffee. Oh no. They set the cups and carafe on the table and take their seats. Hayes' butt barely hits the chair before the others start to dig in. Oh, we're checking that out, are we? A little afraid that I'll lose my hand in the fray if I try to jump in now, but I'm so hungry. So, pictures like this, does it just vary like the amount of hair and skin tone, basically?
I think so.
The shoulders look different, but the angle here I don't think would really change it, would it? I don't know. Landry reaches out an arm from behind a fortress of French toast slices. He lightly bats at Reese's hand as it reaches for the syrup pitcher.
Save some for Avery. Jeez, calm down. You're the one stealing all the food. I haven't taken any more than usual. Breakfast is important.
While everybody shouts and chatters across the table, I help myself to a bit of everything. I'm not used to eating a real breakfast, especially one that didn't come out of a microwave, so I'm gonna savor this. Wow, this is amazing. Mason, what is this egg thing? Mason's eyebrows shoot up. She looks at me like I grew another nose.
Frittata.
Is that like a souffle? Looks like it'd be really hard to make.
Just eggs and vegetables in a pan.
Sure. I know I wouldn't be able to make anything like that.
Oh.
It's really
Avery
nice to have
can
a
barely
real
make
breakfast.
ramen.
Oh,
What is ramen?
Oh no, Avery.
Avery has consisted of like pizza their entire life. And apparently microwave breakfast food.
Eh.
I got this egg carton and I stuck it in the microwave.
I don't know,
That's
it's like
how you fix eggs, right?
once you start living on your own, you really should figure out how to cook some things.
Even if it's just scrambled eggs. Avery.
What do you usually eat, Avery?
Mostly cold pizza or toaster tarts, I guess, if I remember to get them.
Oh.
Mason glares like I just knocked her plate on the floor. She stares directly at me, through me, with a hard look in her eyes.
You eat here now. Always.
Can I still have pizza sometimes?
Not for breakfast. Ever.
I can hear Finley and Reese snickering. Okay, but other times they're still okay, right? Mason rolls her eyes and goes back to her coffee.
I have a feeling that Mason is just like a little biscuit on the inside. She acts all tough, but she's just like,
Yeah.
I just want to feed you.
Aw.
Reese stares up at me between bites of French toast.
Avery, when we're done, we need to talk about dress codes. Oh, Reese, don't start this again. It's an important part of a new employee orientation.
Everybody's dressed really casually. Landry passes a positively pained look at Reese. He glances at me, but a poke to the ribs from Finley sends him staring back at his plate.
Landry, you're such a mama bird sometimes. Lighten up.
Avery, look at this place. We take our visual presentation very seriously.
Mason gives another grunt.
Mm.
Hayes places his empty plate and a cup on Mason's plate and takes the stack into the back with the urgency of a tactical retreat.
Graves and I expect a certain level of decor with the waitstaff.
Is this about my outfit? I woke up a little late, so...
No, this is about uniforms.
Mason pushes her chair away from the table with enough force that it wobbles briefly on two legs. She stands and takes my plate in one fell swoop.
Opening soon. Time to get ready.
She picks up the now empty cast iron skillet with one hand and balances a few of the other plates on top. Wasn't the opening a few hours later than...
Yeah, did they spend like 3 hours just like sitting there and eating?
Well, I know food prep can take a while, but I don't know about like the rest of the people.
That looks heavy, but she's holding it all like it's nothing.
Come on.
She stares me down and gestures to the back door with a head nod before she heads into the kitchen.
I don't think you can run off so easily, Avery. You'll get written up if you don't have your uniform.
What uniform? None of them look like they're dressed... I'm just really confused.
Why does this seem like a choice of who to spend time with?
Whoa.
Like, I'm just really confused about this uniform thing, but I also like Mason and Hayes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
screw Reese.
Yeah, I want to go in the kitchen.
Kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I do kind of enjoy Reese. He's pretty funny. But yeah. Is Mason really the only chef here? That must take a lot of work. Well, of course I'm in love with both Hayes and Reese anyway, so it's a very difficult choice. I bet she could use some help. Mostly I'm just grateful she gave me an out. Whatever Reese is planning, it doesn't sound like anyone but Finley cares for it. No thank you.
You're gonna have to dress up as in one of those like maid outfits, but with like cat ears.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I can picture it now. Cat ears, the cat collar, the tail.
Yep.
And you have to hold your hands up like paws and say nya.
Yeah, with like a tilde after it.
Yeah.
And a heart.
And you have to have face painted whiskers.
And everyone has to dress up like that. Doesn't matter.
They also make the customers dress up like that too.
Yep. So you can rent out a uniform.
They don't get too many customers.
Uh,
Though a few that are diehard fans.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some.
I think Mason and Hayes wanted my help, though.
Fine, if Mason needs the help. But you're not off the hook for this yet. Reese. Ooh, come on, Landry. Don't look at me like that.
We'll probably, it seems like it's going to be a continued thread, so we'll probably learn what he's talking about, I guess. Something is definitely up. Whatever it is, I'm not going to fall for it. Well, I'll be back once Mason says I'm done. I quickly retreat back to the kitchen before Reese can delay me further.